guys, welcome back to another Financial Friday video. I have had a few people ask me how we budget. I'm still not entirely comfortable sharing all of our financial details with the YouTube world, but I will show you in this video how we budget. I'll show you exactly how I do it. So I'm going to go right ahead and show you my budget. And this is our budget book. You can see down here I have the months on sticky tabs. I'm going to share with you December. I'm not sharing figures at the moment or where our income comes from. It comes from a few different sources. So in order to track the income for the month, I use my main planner and I have these pound stickers which tell me when certain things are coming in. So, for example, in the UK we get child benefit. It's paid for weekly, it's standard. When you have a child you get it. And because it's paid for weekly, we run our month. So this December 2015 is actually running from the 24th of November to the 24th of December. We run per my husband's payslip, not by calendar month, but I call it the calendar month because the bulk of it is in December. So, for example, our child benefit is paid every 4 weeks. So there will be the occasional calendar month where we get 2 payments. So I list all of the income we definitely have coming in and the amounts in a column down here. So for example, I would have here child benefit, and then I'd list the amount over here, whatever it was. And I'd list my husband's wage, and I'd list the amount over here, whatever it was. I also have this little section here for possible extra. So say for example, I know that something is being sold, or I know that we're getting a certain amount of money from something else. We have solar panels on our house and we get a certain amount every quarter paid into our account. So I will write here solar panel and I'll write an estimate of what I think it'll be, and I'll put the amount in pencil. Then after our income, so this is written in black ink and the income is written in black ink. And then when we get our actual income goes into the account, I'll write down next to it what the actual figure was. So then the next page, that's the first page for that month. The next page is our outgoings. So I have them categorized in, I'm not really sure, a very good way, but it works for me. So we have household bills first. We have council tax. EDF is our energy supplier, which is our gas and electric. We have a TV license. Everybody in the UK has to pay that. This section here is something I am considering getting rid of. We currently pay for service plans on our tumble dryer, our washing machine and our dishwasher. They're not large amounts, and I have actually used the service plans on enough of a regular basis that I think they're worth it. If they can't repair my machine, they replace it for free, and I do actually think these are worth it, but I'm debating. After we have our fully funded emergency fund, that might change. So I put the amount here. Some of these are set, they're going to stay the same. So I put the amount here in red ink. If it's a incoming, it's black. If it's a bill, it's red. So the amount in here in red ink. Then when it actually comes out of the account, I write it in here in black ink. I know, but it works for me. So then we have travel. So we put a certain amount into envelopes every month for my husband's bus and my petrol. We also pay at the moment a service plan on my car, which I have to pay. And then we have car tax and car insurance. We currently pay these via monthly direct debit. I've discussed this in another video. These have other categories. Later on I will show you. These ones are direct debits. These two here are envelopes money. Then we have our insurances. We pay our pet insurance by direct debit and our home insurance at the moment also. That's going to change. And this is our account charge. To have our current account that we have an account charge. It included travel insurance and insurance on our phones and iPads. My son is autistic and it's very easy for him to break stuff. This is worth it in my opinion. It may well change again later. I also do up here a running tally. So in this little section of the page, On the coloured band, I write in black ink what our income is. I total up these sections, so whatever that is, and that one and that one. And then I add these three together, and I write that amount here in red ink. And I total. I take it away from our income, and I write in black ink what is left over. The next page. These are entertainment. We pay for Sky, but we don't use the TV, it's just our phone and our internet. We pay for Netflix. So these are direct debits. Sky, Netflix, WWE, which is my husband's, and the Radio Times. Oh no, sorry, not the Radio Times. Those other ones are all direct debits. Cinema is including, it's like family days out. That's what we use that category for, so it's not just cinema. So cinema, Amazon, PlayStation, and Radio Times. These are all envelopes. We take out a set amount every month to save up to pay for it. So we use Amazon Prime, which is £79 per year. So I take a set amount out every month, put it in an envelope, and then when it's due, which you can see it is in December, that's why it's got big red writing. When it is due, I take the money from the envelope and I pay it into our bank account to cover that bill. Same for the PlayStation and same for the Radio Times. I pay this on subscription because it's cheaper. Otherwise, I would just buy it in the shop. The next section are envelopes. It's our groceries and our takeaway money. That is a set amount every month, comes out, gets put into an envelope. Mobiles are our mobile phone bills. They are paid by direct debit, so I have a rough guess of how much they're going to be. I just tick them as well. So then we have the boys section. We deviate slightly from Dave Ramsey in that we still have savings for our boys. We get a 6% interest rate on a certain savings account that we pay into monthly for them. If we stop doing that, we lose the 6% on everything we've already paid in. So yeah, we pay into their savings accounts every month. That is something we decided was non-negotiable and was something that would keep us on the programme if we still did this, so we don't change that. My son has to pay for his snack at school, so that comes out every month, and so does my other son's creche. Isaac's school snack, I work out based on how many weeks there are in the month and take that out and put it into an envelope. The creche I work out in advance. I know when we're going to have to pay and how much we're going to have to pay, but it varies throughout the year. I have a set up. I've actually written out the terms when he'd need to pay, so I have how much I need to take out in each budget month. So that comes out and goes into an envelope. Then I total up these, and I have brought forward what is left from our income and written it up here in the coloured bar. I deduct these three and I write down what's left. So this is, then I go on to the next page. This is our sinking funds and our pocket money. So, clothing, Christmas, birthday, vet. Cleaning is things like cleaning supplies, toiletries, nappies, the dentist, the optician, home maintenance, car maintenance, and groomer. These all stay the same every month. And they, well, I can change them, but at the moment they've stayed the same. They are an amount that I will take out and I will put into an envelope for that reason. And so those envelopes, you can touch them. The groomer, the dogs get groomed every 4 months. I need to pay for that. Car and home maintenance, that's just leave it in there. We put a very, very nominal amount in there at the moment. It's more just in case a windscreen wiper broke. Or it would go towards something. These other ones, car insurance, home insurance, pet insurance, car tax, TV license. You will have noticed that those are actually in our bills already, but we pay them by direct debit. I don't want to do that. The month that they're due is written in the box next to them. By May, our car insurance envelope, which is this one, will have enough in it to pay our car insurance. So I'll be able to stop paying monthly and I'll sinking fund it. It will work out slightly cheaper because I can shop around for a better deal. You do pay more in the UK for paying by monthly direct debit. Even if it only saves me £20, that's still a lot of money. So I'm trying to have these all ready. So there's quite a large sum coming out at the moment for these. I'll tell you, it's roughly £150 to £170. So that is actually a large sum that I'm not going to have after they're paid, because it'll be cut right back down again. So that is a big chunk coming out at the moment that won't always be, but it is getting us up to date with all of these insurances and means that in the future we don't have to be paying by direct debit. Pocket money is self-explanatory. Mine and my husband's, and his lunches are all included in there, so we take that out and put it in envelopes. So again, we total up these. I carry forward whatever was left there. I take off the sinking funds, and that's that left. So then the next page we have our current debts. These are listed here, and the amounts roughly of the, or exact, whichever I can do, are listed here, and this is the order we're paying them. I was thinking about switching these around because due to interest they've switched around in our snowball, but I'm not going to do that. I've already decided. So we'll just ignore the arrow. And so they have the amounts written there. Over here I list all the minimums for the amounts, total that up. This minimum, because it's the top of our snowball, actually includes the minimum required and all of the extra minimums from our previous snowballed debts. So this figure here always equals the same amount. So this figure equals the same as when we started doing this, even though we've paid off 3 of our debts. I hope that makes sense. So I take whatever's left from there, I minus this, minimums, which is the same every month. Whatever's left here, I write in this little category here as to how much extra we can pay on our debt snowball that month. For example, this month, that's actually a little bit less than normal because it's Christmas. We're trying to cover Christmas without getting into debt. So that means that our Christmas budget's gone up this month. But we write in there how much extra we can pay towards this debt snowball. And this, after that little extra, should total 0. We work by a 0 budget. All of your outgoings should add up to the same as your incomings. So this is how I budget at the beginning of, I budget in advance for the month. After the month has begun, if something comes out, say a direct debit, I check it off my bank statement and I mark it down here as it comes out. I write here the exact amount in black ink. So it's in red ink when it's budgeted, black ink when it's done. This is just to see. I have noticed, for example, our car insurance and our home insurance vary ever so slightly from what I had originally budgeted. These ones all change as to exact amounts. If it's an envelope one, it's going to stay the same, but I still fill it in. So yeah, I go back and I do all of these as and when I take them out. These as well. So then the next page that we have is just a notes page. It says December notes. I have got a note here, so I've just covered it up. These are things like something I've noticed we've missed in our budget, so I need to add in next month, or something was higher, or we have to add a new category for the next month. I also use this page and this one and the one after. So I also use this page and this one as a extras we didn't budget for page. So if something comes out that we haven't budgeted for because we didn't know it was coming out, or it was an emergency or anything, I write that down here on a note section. So for example, this month I purchased some headphones for my son because he broke his. So I wrote down here the amount, I wrote where it was, I wrote what it was. I had to use my card because I didn't have the right cash envelope with me. And so I wrote down what it was, and then I wrote deposit from, and I deposit from which envelope I took it from. I then took it out the cash envelope and I deposited it into my bank account to cover that switch transaction. This is another area where I deviate from Dave Ramsey. In his book he says if you don't have the right cash envelope, you don't buy it. That does not work in our household. My son, if we go somewhere and to get something and I've forgotten the cash envelope, you're damn sure we're going to buy it because he does not deal with coming home or not getting it. We're going to get it. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do on my budgeting notebook. I do have spreadsheets that I do online, but I don't really use them for anything other than working out when I'm going to take out certain envelope money. For example, these ones that aren't due for months, I don't need to take the cash out for them the first of the month. So I wait until I work out based on when certain things are being paid in, and when direct debits are coming out, how much I can take out in cash at a time and still leave my account in the black. That's slightly more complicated. I may get into that at a later date for you guys in a later video. Okay guys, I hope that helped you. If anybody has any questions, please ask them down below, or you can find me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram name just here. If you enjoyed this video, if you could give me a thumbs up, because that's really helpful, thank you. And if you aren't subscribed and would like to be, there's a subscribe button down below as well. Yeah, so that is me, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!